I upgraded my keyboard from this to this using only Temu. This is also my first time modding a keyboard. What could go wrong? Temu had some crazy deals that seemed too good to be true. The switches were at least half the usual price. I needed to make sure that the switches I bought were 3-pin, because that was the type my keyboard, the Newman GM326, was compatible with. Then I stumbled across the deal of a lifetime. 90 switches for just £4.90 by Drinky. Have I heard of the company Drinky? No. Was I still going to buy them? Absolutely. So with my switches picked, I then needed to find some keycaps. My only requirements were that it would have to go well with a white keyboard, but the keycaps couldn't be plain white because they showed dust far too easily. These keycaps were just £5.30 and fitted all my requirements, so I bought them. As you can see, all the parts to mod my keyboard have arrived. My keyboard is a Newman GM326. I've had it for 2 years now and I really like it, especially for the price. I even reviewed it on this channel, so make sure to watch that after this video. But I really wanted to try modding a keyboard and this was the perfect time. Something to be aware of is that my Temu account was a new one, so the prices had extra discounts, but I'll still leave links to all the parts I used in the description. The switches seemed great and I was really relieved to see that all 90 were there. The keycaps looked perfect, so I was very excited to start building. I started by removing all the keycaps, which was a lot harder than I expected.
Close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left.
After finally removing all the keycaps, I then moved on to pulling off all the switches. I thought it was hard to take off all the keycaps, but taking off the switches was about 10 times harder. It took me about half an hour. After successfully removing all the switches and keycaps, it was time to disassemble the keyboard to do the tissue and the tape mod. But before doing these mods, I put some masking tape around the stabilizers, just because I thought it would dampen sound. I don't know if that's actually how that works, but I thought there's probably no harm in doing it, so I did. I'd also rather not talk about how long it took me to disassemble this keyboard. It was very difficult. So I used a guitar pick to try and pry it open, which worked in the end.
We'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
After successfully prying open the keyboard, it was time to do the tissue mod. The tissue mod is where you put a bunch of tissues in the base of your keyboard, which is supposed to dampen the sound because it means that the keyboard's not hollow, which makes sense theoretically. Whether it actually works, I don't know, but I'm going to try it because the keyboard community swears by it. The tape mod is another mod loved by the keyboard community. Why? I don't know, so I asked Google. Google says, the tape mod, often called the Tempest mod, makes keyboards sound better by applying layers of painter's tape or masking tape. As long as it's not conductive tape, it will work, which acts as a sound reflector to create a deeper, louder and poppier sound. It reduces or filters out high-pitched pinging noises. So yeah, that's what Google says, so it must be true. With both mods complete, it was now time to add the switches and the keycaps.
Through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go. Through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
When all the switches were in, I went on keyboardtester.com to make sure that all the buttons work, and they did. I also turned the RGB on to make sure that worked too. Then for the most satisfying part, putting on all the keycaps.
Turn us to thousands, and we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon.
And just like that, the keyboard was finished. The sound test is coming up, but for everybody who stayed to watch, thank you, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you'd like to like and sub, that'd be really appreciated. Yeah, the sound test.